Welcome back to the channel. Today's crypto is on ApeCoin. So in this video, I'm going to give you some price predictions, stop losses, my honest thoughts on ApeCoin. We're going to compare it to Bitcoin and Ethereum. If you like altcoins, that's what I do on this channel. So consider subscribing if you like the sound of altcoins. Let's have a look at ApeCoin. So this is on a daily, but let's switch it over to a weekly. This crypto is a really good example of why you be careful of crypto bro sort of cryptos. So SafeMoon, ApeCoin, be careful with these cryptos because they have a lot of pumpamentals behind them. So a lot of people pump them and then they dump quite heavily. So this crypto went all the way to about $27.70. You could even call it $28 when it first got listed on the Binance exchange back in March 22nd. Now, this crypto has fallen from grace, so it is $1.65 at the moment. This is a short-term trade. I don't want to sit there and say this is a good long-term hold. I think there's much better long-term holds in terms of altcoins, and I've done plenty of videos on them. I've done Injector Protocol, TIA, Chainlink. These are much better cryptos than ApeCoin for the long term, but in terms of a short trade, this is looking pretty good. So what am I seeing in ApeCoin? If we have a look at the daily, we can see that ApeCoin really has come out of the gates from the low that came in at around $1. So there it is, $1. You get support and you get some breakouts and you get a really severe churning phase. Now, when you start to get severe breakouts of any crypto, you want to wait for the pullbacks. That's what I believe. I believe in waiting for pullbacks. All the books I read and most smart people on YouTube who love trading cryptocurrencies or any sort of form will generally wait for a pullback when a breakout happens, just because sometimes you can get a breakout and a huge collapse right after. And so you're waiting for a pullback, and we just got our pullback for ApeCoin. Now, this is on a daily, so we just maybe can need a little bit more confirmation, but this is still a very good candle. So you can see this range here of going up. You can even say one day down in terms of the price going down, but still overall a very bullish picture going up consecutively for numerous days. Of course, you're going to get a pullback. You're going to get a pullback, and that's this candle here, this red one. And you can see how long the wick on the bottom is, and you can see above average volume. So meaning that there was a huge sell-off. If I put this onto a 4-hour chart, you will see huge sell-off happening here. So there's your sell-off, and then immediately you start to get some good support coming. Now this is on the 4-hour chart, but if you move on to a daily, it's a little bit more cleaner to see. So let me move that back to a daily. And again, you can see your support coming up. I would think that we would test $1.51, but we actually don't. We get pretty close to it, but support really comes into it. And we've just started the last trading day of the week, and ApeCoin is up around 0.8% for the time being. There's a really good crypto. You can see some good volume coming into the market. And again, you can see low selling day on the Sunday last week coming into the market. So no one is selling the ApeCoin. This coin looks pretty good. And we've had so many sell-off attempts. Here's another sell-off attempt. You can see high volume, support comes in at around $1.20. And there you go. You get more support here again. So this thing's had numerous times for support coming, and you can just see all the red volume bars down. Very low selling, very low selling. So this thing is due for a nice rally to go to the upside. In terms of stop losses, I wouldn't want to see this thing breaking this part here, $1.51. So, you want to make it a little bit shorter. So around $1.494. Always put on an odd number. There it is. So that orange horizontal line, I wouldn't want to see it breaking that area. In terms of price predictions, well, price predictions, we want to see where there's some severe resistance, and there's going to be a lot of resistance because this thing has come down a bit. Of course, most obvious areas would be around $1.85. So there's price prediction number 1. Area number 2 would definitely be this area at around $2.12, and then again $2.33, and then $2.50, and then $2.68 or $2.18. Those would be the areas there. That's already a pretty healthy profit margin, and that's already 60%, and we'll have to see how we go. But this thing, like I said, has fallen from grace quite a bit, and so I don't think this thing's going to go back to over $10. I mean, that's even a stretch to even say $10. We'll have to wait and see, but this thing is months away from even considering anything sort of close to the areas it was going quite high. So this is just a really good chart to look at and say, this is why you don't marry your altcoins. You don't marry your altcoins because you can get dumped. Unfortunately, it's just the way it goes. Crypto is a speculative asset. It is just a speculative asset, and you can get dumped on. You don't want to be holding these bags when they get dumped on. But right now, it's setting up to be a pretty good trade. And again, as I'm recording the video, 0.85%, but we'll have to wait and see how we go. We've got 23 hours left of the day, and it's going to give us a nice, good weekly close. But for the time being, I really like this one just because it is a nice entry point, and it's a really good time to actually get into it with a nice, good stop loss. If we have a look at ApeCoin against its Ethereum value, you can see again, compared to ETH, definitely had a nosedive, but we're looking at a short-term trade, guys, and you can see again, good support coming, good breakout bar, good test, continue to go up, and you're actually getting it very close to support. So your stop loss is quite good. So you can see it right there. You go. Beautiful area of support because you're getting it nice and early. That's the good thing, is when you look at your charts every day, you're able to see just a 10% loss for an altcoin. That's not too bad. You get ApeCoin against its BTC value, very similar to ETH. ETH's been roaring out of the gate, so it's looking a little bit stronger, again, weaker compared to its ETH value, but again, its BTC value, there you go, very similar. There's your breakout candle, there's your test, there's some volume coming in to support it, and so expect this thing to continue up. Stop loss is very nice, clippable at around just 9%. So it's looking very good with ApeCoin. Really like the short-term bullish crypto, but again, I want to stress the fact that it is a short-term trade. You just want to put a stop loss and ride it out and see how we go. And already as I'm recording, you can already see it's above 1%, but we'll have to wait and see how it goes. You could come back and test at $1.51. But until then, everyone, I will link my previous video up, which is the altcoin mania. If you want to figure out when the next altcoin rally is due, I'll put that video here. But until then, everyone, I'll catch you on the next altcoin.